I gotta say, welcome to another episode of Talk to the Doctor. And today, I have the great opportunity to sit down with my good friend, Roy Gonzalez, who is in my studio. And I gotta say hello to my man, Roy.
What up, my brother, Cavey?
Yeah, now, mister, I'm so happy to have you here. And let's just dive straight in. You know, you were just saying something before we started shooting about, when we first met or something.
Flipping
like
the script where you're talking about me. I'm gonna talk about you. And Hammy, no offense, but I know exactly the jacket you're talking about. It was a Navy jacket because my dad was in the Navy, and Cavey used to wear that to high school with hippie patch pants and a fro bigger than mine. And Nathan, by the way, Hava chips were not the Hare Krishnas. That was the Hava stand, and my sister did the first, and I was a little kid, and I got to eat the first Hava chips, and that was the Hava stand. And the Hare Krishnas always trip me out. Running down Laguna, I'm like, whoa, what are you guys doing? What did you eat for breakfast? But anyway, that's that. So that's two cleared up. And at one, I love you talking to my friends. It's like, man, tears. The memories, it's like, wow. But being the elder and being like,
yes,
no, I got to say.
Got to set it straight, mister.
Like, I'm going to say some shit, and I hope they call me on it. Like, no, that wasn't Archie. That was,
yeah. That's what's so good about what we're doing here at Talk to the Doctor is we're just chilling and we're having a rap that I don't think really anyone's getting like this, and it's special only because of that. So anything that comes to mind, it's all good. It's free form with you, especially because I feel like that's where the beauty is. You know what I mean? In our conversations that we have off camera our whole life.
Yeah.
It's just like, it just isn't. That's why I'm so happy to have you here, because I feel like we have a chance to really bring, hopefully to kids too, Groms, like, I just don't think their world is so different now with everything, their devices. And like Nathan said, surfing is a chance you get to put your devices down,
it's just
tap
so
in,
true.
And
there's nothing pure because, well, like my dad taught me, I think it's all bullshit. It's like you got to find your own happiness, your own thing in your mind. If you're listening to this guy on Channel 7, he's bought by the guy on Channel 2, and I'm a Democrat. No, they're all from the same soup, and they're all up in some tower, and we're like and surfing is something they can't take away from it. We're in like a football coach. You got to wear that. No, I talk to God. God says, if you don't paddle back out, you're not going to get any more waves. So you can cry all you want. You take your beatings and go out there.
Paddle back out.
And then as you get better, it's not like, the guy, well, why don't you run around the track, coach?
Yeah. How about that one, coach?
How about you paddle out and fucking close out Hookiepa? It's like, but you do it because you love it. You're not doing it for the money. We never did it for the money. There was no money.
There was no money.
As soon as we got the money, the same guys at the top took all our money. They did. It's like, I'm not a sellout. Next thing you know, your shit's in all over the world. Like, what's this Japanese store? And the only reason I even knew about all that stuff, because, Archie and those guys are on the pro tour. Dude, you're so big in Japan. You're so big in Europe. I'm like, it's cooking the books. Like, wait.
Where's my paycheck then?
Yeah. And
right?
Yeah, so I ended up seeing all that, and I
got a little jaded from it, maybe, a little bit.
Yeah, and then the thing was, oh, yeah, I got you. No problem. We'll do this. I never saw that. But the thing is, I don't care. I mean, you have a code in life, and all I know is whatever they stole, whatever they did to other people, that shit don't fit in your casket. It's like, great
point.
That's a great SUV you got.
Totally.
You can't take it with you, so you want to. So what I try to do is, from what I've grown up, the elders just. Little things, you don't even know how much little things touch you. Like, wow, that was so cool. Like an older guy go, oh, little brother, go. You're like, dude, he just, you drop into the cave and you're in Honolulu Bay. You're like, is this for real?
It's so good.
And the local was right there, but
totally.
And so you just memories like that. Albert Jenks. I'm at a party. I'm a little fucking howly, and Albert comes walking in with the coolest Hawaiian shirt.
And you're at a party in like Lahaina somewhere? West Side?
Yeah, Albert was more. I was up West Side, but
I thought he was like a West Side guy.
Yeah, because he lived because Sugar Mill. It was a Castro Brothers.
Exactly.
And so, I think Albert was living in the shaping room.
Yes.
But anyway, slick, best longboarder, and so I'd follow him on a little bit. Him and Mouse. It's like, dude,
Dirk Brace.
You know, it's like
Mouse,
you're going to play
friend.
basketball.
Yes.
You're going to watch, Kobe and Michael Jordan.
Yes.
For me, I'm following these guys. But anyway, Albert just it's like I'm a kid. He's got the hottest chicks. I want a hot chick. I want to grow up and have a hot chick. I want to wear a Hawaiian shirt. And I tell him, I go, dude, that is the baddest. That's such a cool Hawaiian shirt. Oh, it's for you, little brother.
Oh, that's so cool.
So he gives me a shirt
off his back.
and then he keeps dancing with all the chicks. I go, I want to be that guy when I grow up. And to this day, if I travel anywhere, I got Hawaiian shirts from Nicaragua, Costa Rica. It's like, boom! I bring extra ones to wear
to give to the
daddies, and so all my Costa Rica lifeguards. That was their outfit. Okay, you wear a Hawaiian shirt and red trunks. This is your deal. Someone goes, here. So because little things mean a lot, and so when you try and give love and do good things, it just you don't know. You do bad things, you remember the bullies. It's like, hey, bro. No, dude. I forgive you, but you're not invited to Christmas dinner. But
you're fired. I mean, yeah, and it's cool. You brought up that lifeguard thing you did, and let me go back a little bit before we do that. You told me this story. Let's start a little bit. Speaking of Groms. Let's go back to, you're talking about giving back to the Groms. I love that whole vibe. It's a big thing for me as well.
Yeah.
Okay. I've always been cool to the Groms because the generation before me were pretty tough,
Yeah.
And I was saying to myself consciously that, the people that were at the pier that were just brutal. Like we got the dividends from that because we got uncrowded waves because no one would come. But I always remember thinking, when it's my turn, I want to be really like cool to Groms, but I'll have to sound them when they mess up.
Oh, yeah.
But it's like at the same time, I want them to feel like I'm a big brother, And so I've always been that way. And you have that ethic extremely, and you turn on the kids to the shirts, and you've always shared so much love to the Groms. I mean, honest to God, you've made parties. You are more responsible for some of the most iconic parties in the history.
For liver damage? Yeah, for the town of San Juan. Yeah. Sorry, moms, dads. Yeah.
But great parties.
They could have been
great parties.
They could have been. No, they didn't want to be part of the system. They had a good time.
Yeah,
Archie would have been world champion 3 times over if he didn't ride for us. Yeah. Slater, he would have smoked you.
Yes.
But he was in my Cadillac, and we were going to a Johnny Monster show
and having fun
before the finals
and living the dream.
Yeah.
But full circle, let's go back to say for instance your Gromhood. Like, what are some of your first memories of life? In the beach culture and where you started to form into the man you became. Whether it was art, your influence with art or surfing or anything to do with what made Roy Gonzalez so influenced by art and surfing, which I think 2 things that very well define. I know you love many things.
I didn't even know I could draw. I just liked it. I didn't know. And I never had any brothers. So there's this Native American family. These freaks as far as athletes, hit the home runs, score the touchdowns. And that's where I read the book, Bury My Heart at Wounded Knee, because I think his name was Tommy. They already had a skateboard, a Black Knight skateboard, and they were
I remember those.
They're playing golf, they're doing everything, and then they're surfing. I'm like, and my dad was from East LA, hard part of LA, but he got out of that, and he'd tell me stories where he would, with wingtip shoes, they'd grab a ride to Venice Beach, and they basically before a skateboard they'd actually hang on to a truck, and with their the old shoes, and they'd ride the truck and then slide into the deal and ride it all the way down. So we got into body surfing. So that's my first memories of my dad, because it's like, you're scared of the ocean. And my dad's like, dude, just duck under it. It's gonna be. That's where I was duck diving and just because my dad. So I'm out there with my dad, and so then that's where
This was body surfing?
yeah, body surfing.
Okay, cool.
I'm like
you're like what, 8?
9 years old.
Okay, 8, 9 years old. You're body surfing,
Yeah,
kind of influenced by your dad.
and then you
introduce you to that
and
element
you see the
of it.
tube.
Yes.
And then you're like, I'm a little kid, but the body surf. There was surfing on a longboard, but body surfing, it's pure. You could,
Get
you're
barrels
doing
in seconds.
and
Yeah.
you're like, and you're looking at it, and you're like, oh my god.
It's very exciting.
So then you go back to school, ABC. George Washington chopped down the apple tree bullshit. So I went to the beach with the Fagans, and that's when I first got on a surfboard. That was a long time ago, man. We got a ticket because the longboards all stick out the back. But I couldn't surf, but the guys coming out of the water was so different because I was playing Little League, football, basketball, everything else. And that was before puberty, so I was tough. My dad was Golden Glove boxer, so he taught me.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, there's a shot of him in the Olympic auditorium. He was
wow.
He was a
I did not
stud.
know that. That's so cool.
Won pole vaulting, everything. So
incredible.
yeah, he was.
Did not know that about your dad.
Yeah, if you go down the 5 freeway, the Pemex plants, not the Pemex.
Oh,
plant
in
you
Carson?
see in San Pedro.
San Pedro, yeah.
My dad designed those for Fluor. I'm like, you think I'm an artist? I'm like, dude, you're a mad scientist. How could you figure this pipe to go out there? Then he'd be up there doing the pipes where Pat Connors from Salt Creek, he'd say, we can't insure your dad. He not only builds these things, he's up there with a hard helmet on. He's looking at the pipes and the deal. Then you got to make them environmentally safe.
Was your dad doing that when you guys lived down here?
Yeah, no, that's why we'd moved from different places. And the, what was it called? Ziggurat building.
Yep.
That was Fluor, so we went there, and he pretty much stuck us in. So I lost that friendship with those guys, but that taught me, those were like my brothers. And the one guy, I'll go back to that neighborhood before I got to the next neighborhood, but he was an artist. And he was, he won all the, I'm like, okay. So I sat down next to him.
And who was this?
The Tommy guy who,
Okay.
I kind of like emulated those. I got brothers now. This is cool. I got 5 sisters. Me and my dad never saw the bathroom. I'd piss in. It was like, I never, radio, TV, we didn't see anything unless it's Sunday. We're watching the Rams. We're watching the Lakers. Dude, don't talk. Don't
Never
the
saw
phone.
the
I never saw the
bathroom
phone. My aunts, it was all women. So it's like, dude.
Wow.
So I'd go to the Fagans' house. The games are on, The dad used to play for the Pittsburgh Pirates and got this crazy Indian woman that's like feeding us, and these guys are gambling on. I go, this is cool, man. I feel like a Goodfellas. Like, no, what's it called?
Yeah, I love Goodfellas. Yeah.
No,
Casino?
No, it wasn't Goodfellas. What was it? Bronx Tale.
Bronx Tale. That's one of my top 5 favorite movies, actually.
Oh, yeah.
It's my 3rd favorite movie of all time.
Yeah. That is genius.
I love that movie.
That's how I felt. There's the old guys.
Sonny.
We got and Watergate's going on. They're betting on against Nick. I go, I'm like Sonny in the club.
Incredible.
And I'd come back, and my mom's like, "Oh, God bless. What you done all day?" I had my first cigarette, and I had a shot of whiskey. I'm in 4th grade, but I can't tell you that.
But as an Irish woman, I believe Irish, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that she might have been proud of that. I don't know, from the Irish culture.
No, shit, no. I would have got I was just making that up. I didn't. But that's what I felt like.
Yeah.
I felt like I got contact high just by watching it. I remember the first time I thought, dude, I can't wait to have a beer. This sucks. Wine, oh my God, this glory. Dude, I thought it would be like Welch's grape juice.
That's terrible.
No,
I've never developed a taste for wine.
I acquired a taste.
For it, yeah. I never liked it. Yeah.
But as a kid, yeah, it took me years. Like, I'm gonna sit on that couch. I'm gonna watch the Ram game, and I'm gonna have a beer like my dad.
Yeah.
I got 2 sips. Like, whoa, we're shit.
It's got a taste for sure. The bubble in this
and the Rams lost. I go, fuck, I'm out of here. But
so that's your introduction, in a sense, to the surf, the water, the art.
The art part was Tommy was in the contest.
Tommy?
The guy that the Native American kid.
You remember his last name?
Yeah, Fagan.
Oh, that's right. The Fagan family. Okay,
Yeah.
Tommy Fagan.
Yeah, so he's doing the art. So I'm like, okay, this is like my
You kind
big
of
brother.
Okay.
So I sit down and I draw right next to him. And his mom, I drew an eagle because, she was, I believe, Cherokee.
Okay.
So I draw an eagle. And the mom makes this big fuss. And she's tough, like that tough, her husband, she'd kick his ass. So she's like, oh my God. I'm like, huh, what?
You didn't even know what you did.
And then Tommy's looking over, like, he's looking, and he's jealous. He's like, the fuck? He goes, wow, did you? Oh, this is incredible. And I'm like, really? And Tommy's like, now he don't like me. He's going to fight me. I'm like, this is my hero. And I'm like, what?
Because jealousy is really strange human
Dude, it's
energy.
an evil
It's
seed.
really
And
weird energy.
It took me 2 years. I don't think I ever saw him again, but that one, like I say about people giving you that you look up to, like when Albert did that, I'll never forget that.
The spark.
And then I'll never forget, well, he's a young kid, but anyway, tripped me out. So I go, then I took it like, okay, whatever. I know I did it, and you're mad, and your mom. And so I go back to my house and go, look, Mom, look what I drew. And she's like, you didn't draw that. You can't draw that. I go, Jesus Christ, what the hell?
Can't get any love around here.
I go, okay. So I leave it there for my dad to see, since all of a sudden it's a big deal to draw on paper. And
your age at that point?
I'm like 9 years old.
Okay.
Maybe 8 years old.
And this
I'm like
was
in third grade.
Eagle?
Yeah, it was the eagle.
Okay.
It was just cool. When I drew Gavin Beshan's logo, it reminded me of that same. It was like a hawk. It was a red.
Yeah, really cool.
Yeah. So my dad comes home, and I'm like, "That's my pops." Okay. He looks at me like, "You didn't draw this." I'm like, "Come on, man!" I'm like, looking up at the big guy, going, "What's
happening right now?" Yeah.
And he goes, "Don't lie to me." I go, "I'm not lying. I drew. Don't lie to me.
Wow.
Go to your room." And I go, what the? My whole world had changed. So now I'm pissed.
Yes.
My friend almost beat me up. My mom doesn't believe me. My dad
Oh my
is
gosh.
about to do the old belt deal.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Don't lie to me, boy.
And then just getting. I know the belt. I know the feeling. So just when they just make a move, like
Yeah, it's a belt move.
it's like the clinic. Once you, it's
Make my day.
yeah. Don't draw. Don't go for the belt. Okay. Someone else drew it. I was like, no, bullshit. I'm like, dude, I'll take a whipping.
Yeah, because I drew that. What do you want
So
from me?
now I'm pissed. So now I'm looking around and grab one of my sister's notepads that says "I love the monkeys" or something, and I draw. I show them all, and my pops comes in, and I'm sitting there like, I'm like, basically, oh yeah, what?
Yeah, what?
Boom. He goes, you little shit. You drew this? Yeah. I go, I told you. I didn't know. It's like someone giving you
A
jazz
gift,
or something.
yeah.
And you can take it in a good way, or you can draw upside down crosses and fucking, great logos for the Satanic Church. But so I did that. And so now he's like, it's like, wow. Okay, I'm like, yeah, whatever, guy. No, but he's like, so he took me to the arts place, and the art guy goes, yeah, my son, he's going to be in the contest. So now I'm in Tommy's contest, and
An art contest?
yeah, he was drawing for the art contest,
Cool.
and his mom made such a deal, and my whole, I'm a, now all of a sudden became in like half an hour, I'm a child prodigy. It's like, dude, I just drew a eagle. Get over it. So then I go to this art guy, my dad says, "Oh, should he go to school?" He goes, "No, let him just be me." I go, "Can I just be me? I was me. I like being me like yesterday."
Yeah. Before
And
you
so-
wanted to beat me up for
so then
doing
I-
it.
Yeah. So then I go, and I drew some crazy pirate. I like, like
Blackbeard or something like.
Well, that's why me and you we
can relate.
Yeah, I didn't like the English government. I liked the pirate, even though they're probably bought, you know. But the pirate was that's what surfing gave me, that pirate feeling, like we're
do what I
going
want when I want.
Yeah, and we're going off to
that
this
freedom.
island. What do you mean you're going to? What do you mean you're going to Tahiti on Billy Evans' sailboat? We went and we almost died, but we didn't make it. But
that's a
we
great
did
story.
it.
I can't wait to hear more about. But
so I win the contest.
You win the contest by drawing what?
The pirate.
Okay, so you drew a pirate.
Yeah.
Your first thing was the eagle, the hawk, the eagle.
Yeah.
Right.
And they're still
and
with
that
me.
caused a stir.
Every time. Well, I believe the hawks are very special.
I do as well.
Yeah, and so I love when I go to the beach and look at the ocean. The red-tailed hawks always go by, and I feel blessed that they come by, and other people are, they're on their cell phone. I'm like,
look at
wow,
look at the red tail.
Yeah, I'm seeing it just, and sometimes it's almost like they hear me and they'll come around them, and I'll go, hey, did you guys see that? I'll get like, hey,
wow.
Look at the beautiful sky. All of a sudden, it's checkerboard with fucking, what's it called?
Those planes.
Chemtrails.
Yeah.
And you're like,
chemtrails, yeah.
And you're like, can you believe this? It was a beautiful sunny day. And they're like, oh my God, those are the most beautiful clouds. Look at how they go checkerboard. I'm like, I give up, man. I go, you see the hawk?
Oh boy.
So anyway, I win the contest, and guess what? The school doesn't believe I drew it.
Come on.
Yeah. So they don't believe I drew it either. Now I'm like, this is crazy. And so they said someone helped me with it. I go,
no.
Yeah, my mom held my crayons. It's like, what is going on? So now I'm like, I got juice. I'm making adults
trip out.
Yeah, and so now it's like, okay, the pen is mightier than the sword. So I started drawing if a teacher was an ass, I'd draw and I'd pass it around, and we'd have the class dying laughing. So I started being that guy, the troublemaker.
Okay.
And I did it all through San Clemente High School, or
Yes,
even friends that would pick on me, like, you know, the boys. We were rough with each other. Like at Paskowitz, oh, are you kidding me? The next thing I'd draw a cartoon and I'd put it on I forget.
The bulletin or something like that.
They'd go, oh, fuck. And everyone's dying laughing. And I go, oh, by the way, I can make copies of that and put it on everyone. Come on, man, don't do that. Okay, don't
pick on me.
Yeah, don't pick on me.
Was that like Jonathan, maybe?
Oh yeah,
remember when he was such a.
We loved him, but he was such a bully, and you know,
he knew,
like I said,
he really knew how to get under your skin. He's such an edgy guy. Do you remember when I think we had like an ROP class, and we would get in a car, and it was you, me, and Jonathan, and Peter, and just whatever, a crew of guys that were going to that ROP class in San Juan, and or agricultural one. I don't know if that was you. But anyway, the stuff that would come out of Jonathan's mouth, you know, from day one, he's such a character. So it comes to mind that it could have been him.
Well, if you live in a trailer and traveling, Jonathan took it to his advantage. He was reading, he was speaking. Yeah, yes. His vocabulary is much bigger.
Definitely.
You know, people around him, they'd say, "Dude, what's up?" And Jonathan would actually
well-spoken man.
Yeah, well-spoken, and he was shifty and incredibly. Dude, he was a
really smooth surfer.
And
you'd have to admit something about him had an orneriness to it. You know, like he was a great vocabulary, but he had a lot of way to poke at you.
And he's a bully. And the thing is, he picked up me and Jonathan. And Jonathan just gave me a happy birthday wish from South. What up,
so
JP?
Cool.
Thank you, buddy.
Sir. Jonathan.
My Kneeboard days, he had that whole thing when those guys get mad at me, and he said Roy Gonzalez was the best Kneeboarder, and I started laughing. What 30 years later, I haven't heard from Jonathan. All of a sudden, I get that from South Africa.
That's really
was
cool.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
But Jonathan was my roommate, so we went through some shit together to where, you know, it's like, no, it only hurts when you wake up. So bullying, but now we're going elbows in.
Whoa.
What?
What's that?
Dude,
whatever.
Hit me, I'm gonna hit you back. So anyway, we became I love the Paskowitz family.
Yeah, I know you do, and it's just a great relationship with all of them. It's such a colorful thing. The Paskowitz, the whole thing.
Dude,
They're just one of a. They're just. It's one. It's like I don't even know how to really put a title on it. It's just an amazing family.
There's things like Albert. That's another moment in my life when I'm kicking rocks like a little, I'm all bummed. My chick, first girlfriend, the first cut is the deepest type deal. So I'm down. I lost my surf shop, and I'm this, and Dorian, man of few words but man of wisdom, and it's like every time he'd say that, Gonzales, I think we need to take a walk. I'm like, oh shit, I'm on the hot seat. I got Dorian. I'd walk the tracks with Dorian, and he'd just give me love and advice. And He goes, Gonzales, I have to tell you one thing. You're a good-looking man. You have the whole world. I look in the mirror. I was you one time. I see this old guy looking back at me. You one day will see that same, and now I'm seeing it. I look at Dorian like, thanks, Dorian.
Yeah.
But he said, I once felt sorry for having no shoes till I saw a man with no feet. So
That's awesome.
get up, and I just go.
Nice.
And I took that with me till that day. I'm like, dude, what the hell do I have to complain about?
Nice.
And so that's another, what I like to do to the people, if I can say something that meant something that I learned from my elders, that I can bring it on, that's basically what we're here for.
Well, really it is, to pass it forward, to pay it forward, to learn from the generation before us, and to share it to the ones, and we hope they keep sharing it as well.
Yeah, and that's where the art gave me, that gave me the power where I don't got to write a book. I can do a cartoon, and then cartoons, it's like satire, so you can put your point in. It's all funny, like, oh, look at his big nose.
But there's a point being made.
Saying, it's like, dude, don't
Totally.
you understand? This is so I could, when I
like they did those cartoons in the newspaper growing up. You always sense, to some degree, there was a twist on it, like political cartoons or social.
I have a book
social
that's big
commentary.
About 1800s. They would say
Yes.
And the thing was, it was fun to look at, but they aren't telling exactly what's going on.
Yes, through the art.
With when they're cutting up the world, and these guys knew it, and that's why, with this whole COVID bullshit, that's why they didn't want comedians. They didn't want people that are free thinkers and make people laugh, because you got to have a sense of humor. Otherwise, we wouldn't be here right now.
Yeah.
If I can't laugh at,
then stress is killing me.
yeah, it's like, okay, the game is still the same. The names have just changed. But if you don't get it, by now, then you got to at least make fun of these dummies that are saying, and I'm going to do this for you because I'm on this side. I'm the red side. I'm the blue. No, you guys are all at the same table, and the bad guys are telling you what to do. And everyone's like, we're fighting like, how could you vote for? I didn't vote. I don't vote. I vote for me, and I know I'm going to lose a bet, but I'm still alive. I didn't.
Yes.
If I was a betting man, and I was going to bet on me to be 65 right now,
You wouldn't have took that bet.
I would never have taken that bet. I'd rather. Yeah.
I totally understand. I never thought when we were younger, I didn't spend one time thinking about, 65. I don't think I thought about 30, to
Dude,
be honest.
30
So busy living in the moment.
You look at, because that's how we were raised. Archie Bunker was only like 40 years old.
Whoa.
We outlived him.
25 years on
You-
him.
Edith, I thought that's what you're supposed to sit on the couch all fat with a wife that looked hot in high school. Now she's like,
Someone's grandma.
yeah.
How crazy.
And you're like, another day of the job. And I'm like, I don't want to be that guy. You know,
We didn't want to be that guy.
dude, I'm in
That's a fact.
Nicaragua at 60 on my birthday pulling into gutters with Archie. Like, going, I'm not Archie Bunker. And now
That's so cool.
God gave me another 5 years. So
So here we are. And I would say, let me ask you this. Am I right to assume, moving forward from that point, that there was some sort of, why do I feel like you've told me, and I see it to some degree, quite a bit of degree, is your influence, and did you have a relationship with Rick Griffin in any way? I know he lived here in San Clemente.
Yeah.
I lived across the street from the guy in Cazador.
I know.
He was my
know.
friend. He was
Yeah,
a
I
super
know.
rad dude.
I know the exact house. I know everything. Rick was one of my all-time, it's like people say don't meet your heroes. He'll always let you down. And I've had actually my two heroes, and one of them was a complete, and I don't want to talk bad about the dead. Sorry, Bill Ogden, you were great, but I was going to kick your ass right on Coast Highway when you, and I had to finally tell him, because I knew Gordon McClellan was.
I know Gordon well.
Yeah, Gordon. I love Gordon.
So do I. I want to throw it out to Gordon McClellan, by the way. I hope I can get you in here to do an episode, Gordon. I've known you for over 40 years, and
he'll out-talk both of us, and he'll tell you stories where you're just
endless.
Like, wow, that's the kind of people that when Walter Hoffman would talk, I'd listen.
Yes.
That's you know me, I'll talk your ear off. It's my dad was a man of few words. He just look and smile.
Yeah.
I go, Dad, I want to be like Dad. Mom, why can't I shut up? I don't want to be like you. I want to be like Dad, just cool. But Gordon Gordon.
Your mom is one of the sweetest women I've ever met in my life.
Oh, God bless you. God bless you, Joseph.
Oh, my gosh. Hearing her voice today when I called to talk to you, and it reminded me of all the days back when I came back from Hawaii and we were at your house getting ready to put the surf spot together, and she was feeding us, and
No, the best
so
was
awesome.
when we were way ahead of the game. We're doing our juice fast.
Yeah.
And no one was doing that. And I'm trying to get like Phil, all the guys, Damien and Kappa.
Yeah.
They lasted like a day.
20 minutes.
And yeah, I swear to God. So we're in there. We got all the vegetables. And you got our hairs out there. And my mom and dad, we got in the kitchen like, more carrots. And we're boiling them up. And, we're doing our juice fast. And she goes, she's looking like, what? We got all the, and we did it. We pulled it off like, we do like 15 days.
Long
boom,
ones,
boom, boom. Damien lasted like, and Kappa was
between
the best.
lunch and dinner, maybe?
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
And Kappa, I remember, we're on juice fast, and then he orders like, we have miso soup. That's soup.
Yes,
and so he's full of meatballs, and so I go, Kappa. He goes, well, they served it.
Oh my gosh. And when we say Kappa, I just want to throw it out there. Anthony Kappa, we love you. Rest in peace, brother.
Yeah, man.
Anyone that we mentioned on the show that has passed, we just really do want to give reverence to our brothers.
Huey Linebrook.
Huey Linebrook.
It just keeps Marty Geesh. It just keeps going. We lost a lot of brothers, man.
Dave Driver, Marty Geeshin.
Dave.
All the way back in the day to Huggers. I mean, man.
And I got to draw. That's like I was telling you one time, I believe. Like
Trigger, just so many people.
Yeah,
man.
Trig, come on, man. That was my dog. All these guys are.
And I know we're forgetting Garth. I know we're forgetting, there's a bunch, but.
Oh, I got a video of when Garth got me. I did the White Lion, your boy.
Yes.
I sit up all
Whitey.
night.
Yeah.
And so there's a picture of me, and Eric Gross took it when I'm drawing at me and Garth. I'm like, dude, that was tears. I go, fuck, where'd you get this? It's me giving the board. And Garth is like, okay, you going down to the uppers? I go, Garth, I've been up all night. You called me on Friday. It's Saturday morning. I pulled it. Mm-hmm. I heard the birds singing, and it wasn't the 80s. It wasn't. That
was a moment for sure.
And
I traveled the world with that man to a couple of huge trips.
And so I knew he was special to you.
And
Chewy from State Park, he gave me big shout outs one day.
Yeah.
Because he don't say much either. He's like, wow, man. That was so bitchin'.
Yep.
And I go, yeah, I knew it, he was the White Line. I remember when he rolled
into town from Michigan.
Guy.
Yeah, well, he was like L.A. and then
Yeah,
and his brother's Joey Jenkins. We're throwing out the Joey Jenkins, a stalwart carver on the tour from back in the day.
Yeah,
solid.
Joey, I've heard that name
classic. On the trips. That just the whole thing. It's just our culture is so rich with so many people, and I'm so grateful. And then I would say, so back to the Rick Griffin. There was some energy.
Because Gordon saw. Like same thing. Gordon's, he's a cat,
big time.
So he just because of Severson, the almighty Severson family, he was dealing with John and doing Prince. So he really liked what I was just doing. What I was doing, and he came out of nowhere and said, Rick really I go, Rick likes my stuff. It's like
that's right.
Jimi Hendrix likes the way I play guitar.
Exactly.
That's how it was like, what?
Oh my gosh.
It's like when Jerry Lopez was signing, Jerry, could you, he goes, wow, Roy, such a pleasure to meet you. I love your work. I'm like, Jerry Lopez knows me?
Yeah.
I'm like, I gave all the posters. No, I wanted the poster, but because the kids in Mexico were getting, I said, he goes, why they're kids. They know more than we do. And so he just, I wanted to, just stay away from the shit that came into San Clemente.
Sure.
And so Jerry was just humble, honorable, came down. And at the end, he signed this badass, just Lopez at Pipeline, and made sure all the kids got one. But I didn't get one from me. I go, I want a Jerry Lopez poster, you know. And Jerry, you know, when I went to thank him to do that, he gives me thanks for all that. I'm like, wow. So that was a great moment. So that's what the Rick Griffin moment was. And me and Gordon became good friends. So I met Rick a couple times, and we had great talks. And, you know, I told him, you know, just that that's what blew my mind.
Yes.
It was like one thing about just being an artist, but then in our generation, that was, you know, it was Laguna, it was Ogden's hippie posters,
Yes.
Rick Griffin, Grateful Dead, the music.
Yes, the cosmic kind of
Five
side of
Summer
things, right?
Stories. You're sitting there going, dude.
Highly
this is-
influential.
You played sports like I did. It's like Hell Week. You think I'm going to go put on pads and smell dirty socks and jocks? Dude, I'm sitting right here. I'm going to roll this joint up. I'm going to get so fucking tubed.
Absolutely.
And that's what it was. I just said, and guess what? The kids I used to crack in Pop Warner are now 6 feet tall. And then I don't got a chance. But
Yeah.
against that wave, I have a
A relationship with the wave, and also with expressing things through your art that you could put yourself into,
Yeah.
and use your art as some sort of way to like make your mark, you know? Jerry Lopez did it his way. The
Yeah,
people you're
we
mentioning
all-
did it their way. Rick did it his way. But the surf and the art and the energy of coming together, and how you blended that with also like music, iconic music people, and just
you're
cultural
blessed.
significance.
What it brings you is you get in places that you would never, you know, you're back of the line. Now I'm backstage because I did the poster. So I'm meeting my heroes. I loved Etta James. Etta James just touched me. And next thing I know, she's calling me on the phone. I'm doing an album cover. There I'm sitting with B.B. King.
Incredible.
And then I'm doing artwork for, I'm doing the poster for when Jerry's down there. So I get to meet these people that I wouldn't have met, but because of my art, I'm just doing what I do, and they're doing what they do, and we become friends. And then it's like, wow, you know, this is cool. And so those memories, so Gordon, and it's so down to earth when you just break it down like that. We're all just humans. And that's why I really believe the whole AI, the computer thing, they can try robot world, but you have to have, like Hammy says, a gift to the human hand, the connection with the music where...
The instrument.
Oh, well, we can do that drum beat. We can draw that. And then the artists like us, the price of living is like this, and we're still paying I'm giving bro deals at $500. You know, like
Yep.
if it's a big company, it's like, wait a second. Even a guy who shines shoes is still
Making that kind of money.
it's because they got a kid that wants to make his name
Yeah.
to be like, and he'll do it for, I can do 5 logos for on my AI.
Yeah.
I said, well, then go get that guy.
Exactly.
And don't, you know,
Can't get this, but you get that.
Yeah, don't call. Have another cold Kmart fucking whatever.
But the thing is that I feel like what we represent in a lot of ways. For instance, myself, when I write, I don't type initially. I write.
Mm-hmm.
As a writer, I've always felt, you know, I take a pen and I put it on paper and I write. And there's an energy that's like, write. I write. I might take my little tablet of paper down to the beach or just kick it somewhere in my van. I could take it anywhere.
Flow.
It's a flow. Yeah, and I don't get a flow on the. But the thing is, maybe when I'm done, maybe I'll type it in, but I don't create that way.
I don't think anything. I mean, but basically any song, dude, it's written down and it's like, oh, pond, that should be lake. Oh yeah, so your words
It's your rough
or your
draft,
then you can, you know, get Girl Friday to type it for you. But when
Exactly.
you do your artwork, when you're writing, you're flowing with it.
There's some sort of flow
Yeah.
that comes from doing the art, right?
Of
To
course.
writing my stories.
It's a white piece of paper.
It is.
Yeah. And like I said, when I'm drawing, like people don't realize, there's a lot of tears on those piece of papers. Like when people tell me, hey, Roy, just draw Garth, draw McElroy, draw Sleigh Dog, draw... These are my friends,
an emotional
man. These
experience.
So when I'm drawing them and I capture them, they're looking at me.
Yeah.
It's because if they're not looking at me, then I didn't capture.
You do it
them.
right, yeah.
And then when I do, it's like skink. I'm like, whoa, buddy.
Well, you certainly have a gift for that one, and many more. But I will tell you, I've looked at many of those pieces and just been
The
touched
one of you
by
with the caveman straight jacket.
Yeah, well, that seems fitting. But so,
Oh, but that's an inside joke. Only we would get that joke. Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, that's come to haunt me many times. Okay, but at the same time,
It's that one thing you said to me. I had to get you back.
yeah, and it's all good. But the thing is that what I believe to some degree is you just have something inside of you that can take who you know of someone. You've shown it so many times, and you still do.
I'm tired,
It's
Joe.
incredible, man. You have a gift.
Can I retire? See, artists can't
No, you
retire.
cannot. No, you cannot.
No, I'd like to
cannot-
not
you
draw
cannot
for a
retire.
living. I like to draw. My real art, which I always think, I guess, is I just want to do what I want to do. Oh, yeah, that's right. I have to eat. I have to pay rent. So, all right, I'll draw your logo. I like this project. I'm doing a surf project, which I can, now it's like a project. It's like, okay, let me do my thing. And that's cool. Like if I do a mural, bitching. It's
Yeah,
like,
because you're free.
I don't care how big the wall. It's like
You don't have a boss.
It's my deal,
It's
and
your
it's
art.
like bam.
Yes.
If some guy's over me with a bullhorn and I go, it's like, dude, it's gonna get done. You know, like the
Here's
one.
the thing. There's two different kind of artists. The kind that create from their heart to just create. There's the
Yeah.
other people that are actually production artists, you know? It's a whole different thing. They work for
And
clients.
self-promoters. I'm an oxymoron in both those. I create from my heart to where someone checks, you're done with that. I go, an artist has never done. You know, I'm like, oh, I gotta fix this up. So now I'm making like a penny an hour, where I was like, I'm getting 2,500. So I'm on it for like a month, but I don't care because I'm doing it because
Your love.
my peers. I want to blow people's minds. Like Rick Griffin said,
Yes.
I want to blow. And I said, well, Rick, so my hero for it's like Kobe sitting down with Michael Jordan, and then this guy's as cool as you thought, and hearing the stories, and then Bill was exact opposite.
Bill Ogden.
Yeah, and he was one of my heroes too. And John Severson's cool. So I say that
Those three.
the triple, that's my almighty.
John Severson.
John's number one because he started Surfer Magazine, and then
Right.
he hired Rick Griffin, and then Ogden was doing his. So Gordon was part of that whole show,
In a sense, he was like the curator, and he was the one that brought their art, in a sense, to the public. Like he was the guy that, like he wasn't the artist so much. He was the guy that brought the artist's work.
Yeah,
to
he was.
what do you call it? Like an art dealer, or what?
Hippie surfer that knew what was up. That he was passionate. I mean, he was collecting orange crate labels.
Yes,
in fourth
I
grade.
remember that.
Yeah,
Yes.
he has such. He's just a. I don't know. He's just
I don't know if you remember this guy. His name was Luke Dubart.
Yeah, I know. I know exactly the day that when Luke did the power plant. And,
Yeah.
and I loved it. It was the.
You know him.
Yeah,
He's one of my best friends.
Yeah, you came down to
skin
Lost
center.
Wind State Park, and you guys, you had a whole thing of tangerines, and and your little French buddy, and that's for you. And,
Oh my
And we're
gosh.
sitting there eating tangerines, looking at Lost Winds, and we're talking art
Luke
stories.
Dubart, yes.
Luke Dubart. My name is Luke Dubart. I totally
my
remember that.
gosh,
I remember
yeah.
that. I
He
remember
lived
the oranges and everything.
Yeah, man. He lived behind the cat's eye.
Yeah.
Okay, he lived on the top there, and I learned so much from that guy
And
about
Rick Griffin
surviving.
wasn't Rick right?
Rick Griffin was there first, I believe, and then
Yeah,
he took
yeah,
it over
yeah.
from
That was-
Luke took it over from him. Rick lived on Cazador at the time, around that time.
Yeah.
And then, but what I would say is, like, what Luke taught me was this: he was I don't know if you remember, but he was a refuge. He was a fugitive.
Yeah.
For one, he was not here legally, and he just jumped ship. And then, so he had to be kind of fully underground. And the things that he taught me, just how he survived.
Yeah.
And hanging out with him in his pad and becoming very close friends.
No,
I
he's
just
a
found
cool
pictures of him.
cat.
Yeah, really cool cat. So he was very, very in with Rick Griffin. He did a kind of art,
Mm-hmm.
So just anyway, I just had to throw it out there. And I'm so glad you remember him. No
Yeah,
one does.
I totally
Dino remembers him. Marty remembered him, but he passed. Nick Knesvich remembered it. He passed, 30 plus years ago.
We were just talking. Donna was there yesterday, and we were talks about you and Nick, because Nick.
They went out.
Yeah. And she was getting married, and she saw Nick right before that. She said, "Let's go." He goes, Nick. So my mom loved Nick. She loved Marty. She loved. And
oh my gosh, these friends of ours that have gone. It's like there's another one. Nick Knesvich, Marty. Yeah. But here we are.
Yeah, so we got another couple hours left on our clock on this earth, so let's make the most of it.
Okay, so here, check this out. So I want to kind of tap in a little bit to this story that you talked to me about. That to some degree, I think those who are really close to but you talked to me about Brad Crow saving you the day that you had a surf accident that affected you in so many ways, and I like to always think that certain times in our lives have a real big impact on the future of our life based on what happened and how we respond to it.
There's no doubt about it. I wouldn't be sitting here talking to you if it was in God's hands. It's 1,000,000,000 to 1 that Brad. Okay, back then, only Dudley had the keys to, we could Cotton's Point. So we could, because Dudley lived in Cypress Shores, so he had the key, but Brad's his best friend. So Bradley had the keys. And so we won the championship that morning. We take Sam Conroy's, Henrietta, the old jailhouse bus, and it's me, Doogie, McNulty, Dudley, Jonathan, we're just... And that's when, the Newport guys, Danny Kwok, Echo Beach, all those guys. And we're punk rock. We're not going, dude, we beat Huntington, we beat everybody. It was the first
season of the school surfing teams.
Yeah, it's like surf activities.
Yeah. To a team.
We can do that.
Yeah, and we crushed everybody.
Yeah, so then that was before NSSA. Then we half our school, me, Dudley, and not Dudley, me, Doogie, and McNulty made the first NSSA team.
I remember that.
Yeah, we ended up.
Did you guys go to Pico Alto?
We went to
Was
Peru.
that the team that went to Pico Alto in Peru?
Punta Rocas.
Punta Rocas, yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, I thought Punta Rocas was in. I thought you guys. Do you guys surf big waves at Pico Alto?
Pico Alto is that crazy. Jimmy surfed it years later. It's like their Waimea.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, it's great, but it was big, man. It was so big that day. That's where
it's like I think every Latin
Pico
country has a
Alto
Punta Roca. You know what I'm saying? Like I think they got a Punta Roca in every sound between here and Argentina. To be honest.
Well, the thing was because of how we grew up. Uncle Walter, I never forget. He would come over to Flippy. They had that house on Beach Road, but one house was just boards.
Oh yeah,
and it was just boards, and so he gave Sean. He goes, it gets big out in Peru, and no one had surfed Peru because it was a communist country, and no one had even been there. They sent a bunch of kids.
Oh, I remember that.
Right there, dude. We had M16s.
I remember hearing that. Yeah, we forget that they were communists before.
Communists.
Yeah,
and it's like,
they're
not communists anymore. Go on. And we're in the middle of the guerrillas. Dude, it was. Anyway, that's another one.
Wow.
We should have made it out of that one.
There's another one. It's all good.
Oh yeah, Archie's got 30 lives. Christian's got like 50. I think I'm probably 51 after last night. But where were we at?
Okay,
Griffin or Peru or Brad Crow?
Yeah. I just wanted to know that experience that you talked about.
So we win. We smoke.
With your leg and everything.
We smoke walking those guys. And Sam, he was the anti-establishment. Everyone's off. And Sam's got his Sanos.
Sam Conroy.
Yeah, and he's got his Aloha. Yeah, well, Gonzales, Roy,
you're up.
You're going to get first place. Okay, I got the kneeboards handled. No problem. And because my thing was I had to surf, but I had, because of body surfing, pipe boarding, so I like the tube. And so then I was standing up on my I got a little fish, so I would kneeboard because I saw a guy. I couldn't make it over the lip because I was at the wrong places. Then I didn't know about San Onofre. Then I went to Doheny. I'm like, oh, okay, this is easy.
It's a little easier.
Trying to,
a little more rolly.
I think I'll go learn how to surf at the wedge. On my kneeboard, I'd charge the wedge.
Totally.
And so it's like, whoa, there's a big difference.
Who shaped your first kneeboard?
my very first knee, it was a Steve List, the original.
Yes.
But he didn't shape it for me.
For a kneeboard, he shaped
But
it.
I wanted to get, it's the same thing. It's like, I want to draw like Griffin. I wanted to get the original fish. So I went down to, La Jolla. That's who made the fish up.
He's famous for it, yeah.
And then from there, because of fish, and then like you talked about before, when Buttons, those guys came in, I could, and List was, the fins were like this.
Yeah, real straight. Yeah.
And so they tracked.
They tracked,
You
yeah.
could do a turn at the top. You could do a turn at uppers and end up at churches on a List fish. And you couldn't do any turns. It's like chink. And
You're driving.
You're like, I'm going to hit the lip. And you go to hit the lip you're going to hit is over there.
Back there. You have so much speed.
And now when Midget and, started doing his deal, you had the fish, but you could all of a sudden, boom, I want to hit there. You could come off the bottom and bam, you could hit it rather than, but it still had the.
Oh, you rode Midget boards?
Oh, yeah, Midget.
Sick.
Midget was.
He was your boy. Like, you were his. Isn't that incredible? And then we ended up doing the surf spot at his spot.
Because of natural design, just and zig with Midget, and then Midget take it over. So,
and then I think it was
it was
throw it out there. It was Slater.
Randy.
I mean Slay Dog.
Yeah.
And then of course
and then we did
Bob
the
Knott,
surf spot.
on the surf spot. I'll still remember that day when we got it from him.
Yeah, that was a good one.
That was a good day
because he was trying to do it shifty.
Power trip.
Oh well, I go. Wait, and you just called it. You don't own the building.
Yeah.
Why am I going to pay you for?
No, how about this? When I already have the key.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, and he just went crazy and thought he was going to punch me in the face. Then I stand in front of him and go, well, hey, go ahead. And then he thought about it and said, I don't think I want to do that. So
no, I think it was more than that. He gave one step, and you stood like that. He goes, this is definitely not a good idea.
But what was weird is like I didn't really personally have anything against Bob Knott, to be honest. I mean, he was so close with Paul Sloak, another person. The
Slowies, man. Let me tell you, they were
Paul Slowakowski, Mike Slowakowski. Those are people so dear to my heart.
Oh yeah.
Like I just really want to throw it out there to the Slowakowski family.
Okay,
really
here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do this, the Slowakowski dance. In the punk rock days. There's Paul.
Totally. Just so I can't say enough about how much that man meant to me in my life. To be honest,
his dune buggy and his no sleeves and a leather jacket. Come on, Roy, let's go.
To me, he's our version of Steve McQueen.
Yeah.
That is Steve McQueen of the surf culture, the coolest, most low, just like less is more kind of type style. Just meant so much to me. And then the thing was because he lived with Bob Knott at that time, and so the only reason I would really be going in at Bob Knott's house was because Paul was there. I probably wouldn't be hanging with Bob because he was a little shifty and dodgy, and he was pretty street.
Yeah.
He had an edge to himself, and as a hunter, I respect that. But I can't say I respect his whole act. But what I can say is that Paul gave him every sort of, like, just by being with Paul, it gave him like why we would.
Well, we did Screaming Eddie. I booked the bands. I did all. Bob was Bob, that's why my friend stole your car because you owe them money and you tried to go get your car back in Cabo and they said, come and get it.
Yeah.
I dare you. I double, triple dare you. So Bob,
incredible.
you get back what
you throw it out there. That's what returns.
Yeah.
And the thing is,
and
even
then
there,
he shows up at my house. Typical knothead. It's 4th of July. I go, what are you doing? So he's got a sparkler. He's got a deal in his hand, and he's like, and I go, let it go. And he's like, oh, it blows up. It blows his fucking thumb off.
Amazing.
And he wakes up in the morning, his thumb's out to here, and his car's stolen by my friend. Not stolen,
but
they
borrowed.
took it back.
Yeah, or whatever.
Because they worked for him. He never paid him. And he said return, and he's like,
do the math.
Are you gonna thumb?
Oh my gosh.
I go, looks like you're gonna have to thumb home, and his thumb is like out to here. That's the last time I saw Bob Knott.
A little bit more of the story with Brad Crow, but and what he did with this momentous moment in your life.
Oh, okay. Right? Let's quit it. Let's really finish. So he beat Danny Kwok and those guys. So Newport's got, because they're the champions. Newport, they got John Wayne stickers on their fucking John Wayne flags. So anyway, and they got the donuts all laid out because they're going to be the champions again. Little did they know that you're not being the champions ever again. San Clemente's in the motherfucking house.
Thank you very much.
And so we win, and Conroy, God bless Sam Conroy,
Yes.
the best. So he goes, we get the donuts. We want the champion, but they're Newport's donuts. And the lady's like, oh, these are for the... Oh, really? So, of course, being us, we grab as many donuts as we can, all the donuts. And we were in the deal, and we drive by Danny Kwok, Jeff Parker, all the boys, and we just...
Bean them with donuts.
Bean them, just
Oh, my
like...
gosh.
Dude, just massacred. I think I hit a mom too. Boom. He's like, yeah, we win.
Incredible.
And then because I know it's Sam's, okay, Sam's gone now. You can't get, San Clemente High School can't get mad at him. It's Henrietta. It's down at San Onofre. I know exactly where Sam's little cabinet is. It's like, Sam, we just won. Yeah, we won. I go, I know where your hooch is. He goes,
Hooch.
Roy. He goes, hey, come on, Sam. He goes, he's got his... Go get some coffee. So there's a whole San Clemente High School, and we drink. He's got a big bottle of Jack, and we just won. Being Danny Kwok in the head, and he becomes, me and Bud go, we got a plastic trophy. Danny's a millionaire. Why,
Yeah, what's up here?
Yeah, so good, Danny. Good thing you guys lost that contest because there was no money in surfing unless you work for, Kent McKnight, but anyway, so we get back and it's too good. The waves it was bombing. So we're going the whole Coast Highway and just, it's one of those September
Pumping September swells.
Santa Ana's. It's like school. We're not going to school. And Brad had to go to school, but all of us are going to Cotton's because even the beach breaks are mopped, and we got the key, right? And so Dudley, so it's me, Boo Boo, McGonagals, Tommy Calston. It's all of us, like just perfect Cottons. Like when Cottons used to barrel on that second reef where Tommy,
Yes.
yeah, Ziegler, those guys. So one guy paddles out, some hippie cat. It's just us, and so it's so good. And so out of respect, how you do it, this guy's in the spot.
He's deeper.
Yeah, no, I'm paddling out.
Oh.
And so I'm thinking, well, I hope the guys, because it has that second reef. Huey would rip that, but second reef actually barreled back then. And so I let the guy go, and he pearls up to, I didn't want to paddle in front of him to wreck his wave because it would have been an incredible wave. And it's like, good. It's big Cottons. And so I stop, I let him go, and he pearls up to his neck. So I'm like, this is before duck diving. It's like, so I got to take my beatings. And then in the middle of my beatings, all of a sudden, like a hot poker just, I don't know if it's the nose or the tail, and there's no leashes, right? The guy had no leash. So it sticks in the back of my leg. It completely annihilates. I don't even know what happened. I just know without even thinking or looking, I go, it's like a shark bit my leg off, basically. I go, fuck. So then I'm still not even getting there yet, but I'm like, and it's like, wow, oh, fuck. I go, hey. And the guys, I go, and I look back, and my board's gone. I had no board, whatever else. So I got to put my leg up, and it was just filleted. And all I could see was my nerves were cut in half.
Oh.
So there was noodles. So I'm like going, hey, dude, help me. And the guy looks at me and paddles away. And I go, now I want to, it's like, dude. And, and then it's like, wait, think. You're going to chase him and die?
Yeah.
You got maybe
few
3
minutes
to get in. So it's like head down, elbows in. So and it's a big day. So I'm swimming, boom, boom, and I made it. But Cottons back then, it was boom,
deep,
boom, and it was hitting the sand.
Yeah.
So I went up one time, help, help. And I kept going down. Boom, another time. So I'm trying to time it. Now I'm getting like cuckoo. You know,
Delirious, dizzy,
I'm completely, my leg, I don't even know, imagine how much blood I lost. But now, all of a sudden, it's like, hi, you're either going up or you're going down. And I'm like, so sparkles are going like, ah. And then it's pretty much cat scratch fever. I'm like, I got nothing left. It's like I got nothing. It's done. I just remember sparkles going off and stars like nighty night, and I just went to sleep and I'm floating. I'm dead. I'm gone. And Brad didn't go with us. He had to go to first period. He had to get this deal done. So he has Dudley's gate key. He heard my last help, and he's like, what the hell was that? He sees me floating down to State Park.
You're out.
I'm going to bed. I'm
you're
going
on
to
your
bed
way out.
forever. And Brad, boom, you know, our hair back then, mop head. It was it was an easy grab, and then, you know, probably hit me on the back, and I spewed all the water out. And he was so smart. He grabbed my leg and he closed my leg, and I'm, you know, I'm in shock, but I'm like, whoa, hi Mom, what's for dinner? You know, it's like I don't even know what's up.
There's a period of time where you don't recollect.
No, I remember. I just like water came out of me, you know, and then next thing I know, Brad's putting my leg up, and I'm on, and you know, it's like 90 degrees. I'm sitting there, and Brad, who lived there, Mitch, the water, the Iron Man.
Oh, Mitch Larson.
No, Mitch. No.
Oh, Mitch. I grew up.
Yeah.
Such a stud.
Yeah, dude, the guy's incredible.
God, it's incredible. Best athlete for the town, except maybe Philibar. Maybe I'd like to be in that story somewhere, but I can say honestly.
No, come
Mitch,
on. Philibar could beat Mitch in arm wrestling, but you're not going to beat Mitch in an Iron Man. He won like 5.
Exactly. What's it?
Hogan
I
goes.
keep thinking Thorson. I keep thinking of all the Mitches, you know. But
yeah, it was. Yeah,
he's a classic. He's got an Irish. I believe his name is Irish. He has an Irish look and a vibe. He's totally Irish.
Yeah.
Anyway, it'll come up.
Yeah.
Anyway, Mitch.
So Brad runs to Mitch's house and calls 911, calls the lifeguards, and then he comes down. And then Ian goes, "Oh, you pussy!" And all the energy I had, I'm like, "Fuck," you know. I just been through, and there's Ian.
McGon, right?
So
Ian
I
McGon.
just have enough energy to pick
God.
up a fucking handful of sand, and I blast it right in his face. Fuck you!
Oh my gosh!
And that was it. And next thing I know, I'm in the back of the lifeguard deal, and I end up at the hospital, and the leg that Brad had closed had been like pretty much locked, and the pain is like fucking nuclear. You know, all that other stuff. Now it's like, by the way, your leg's cut in half, your nerves are gone, but they're still shattering up. So this big old lady in San Clemente High School, which is a butcher shop back then.
San Clemente High School or San Clemente Hospital?
Hospital.
Yeah.
Yeah, I almost died there.
It didn't have a
twice.
great reputation. Let's put it.
Oh
that
yeah,
way.
I got staff from my.
Yeah, it didn't have a great reputation.
And so this lady she goes, okay, we have to see what's up here. I go, don't touch my leg, please. And I'm like, and she goes, we got to see what's going on. I go, don't touch my leg. And she gets and they hold me down. I go, please. And she just rips it open.
Ugh.
And they got like 3 cups of sand out of my leg because of going up and then it being wide open. And when she did that, I swear to God, you could have heard me in Bali, the scream I let out. And once again, it's like, pain, night. I went to bed again, and I woke up with my leg, and I was paralyzed for like, you'll never walk again forever. And I said, well, sorry, you're not God, and I got different plans. That's a great stethoscope you got there, but I ain't buying.
Yeah, I'm not buying into that program. Yeah. You know, that's a story that I got to say, only those that really know, and I'm just, you know, blown away to hear that, actually talking on my show about that.
No one even knew in high school, because I didn't want to, you know, oh, poor pitiful me. I wear my Levi's, and I had the fiberglass brace. And then when they said I couldn't surf, and I said, well, stand-up surfing there's no way, because it took me 2 years for the drop foot but I go, wait a second.
I can kneeboard.
I got a fish. So
Sick.
Midget made me, I got a special board, and I'm like, I'm fucking out there. And everyone's like, no. It's like when Tommy got hurt, and so I went down, and we used to have we could drive in Trussell's. Remember, you could park right at Trussell's, because Colonel Kurtz was he's colonel. And so these Marines that would be assholes to us surfers, they'd have to salute us. And there we just going down and they're like, wait, I know that guy. Yeah, salute me.
Yeah, hello there, pal.
Yeah, so, and then I made the
NSSA team.
That's when we went to Peru and all that, and I won so I made so I became the
national champion kneeboarder. Is that correct?
And the whole.
And the cool thing about that is to know because I want to say back in the day, on some level, there was a stigma about kneeboarding. You know what I mean? Right? So it's like, but to hear the actual story of why you were kneeboarding at that time in your life, and then became a champion and did this whole thing, and just the whole trajectory of almost dying, and then to be able to kind of unearth that story. Here we are in 2025.
Well, there was fighting words as far as because I was a gimp. There's no doubt about it. And these guys didn't know, and so when you're out there and people are like, "Stand up, you gimp," I'm like. It's like,
people were pretty rough back then.
Yeah,
I gotta
so I'm
say,
like going, I'm waiting on the beach.
Yeah, what's up?
I go, I am a gimp. Boom. Now you want to fuck with me?
What's up?
He's like, whoa. I didn't
I didn't
like
know,
that.
Bro.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, well,
because
cool your jets.
And
pal.
some good friends. It's like, oh, Roy, I didn't know. High school friends like say that. I go, dude, I can't.
Yeah,
it's like
my
calling.
Foot dangles.
It's like calling an old man limp dick. It's like, I haven't had a boner in 20 years. Yeah, don't call me that. I'll stop.
Oh boy, that is so funny.
Yeah, so when you have your leg and you're in your prime and you're like, and you're like, please, it's been a lot. I'm paralyzed. It hurts. Don't say that. And if you do, say it again. I don't care. I don't care how big you are. I will.
Even if you're Ian McGonagall, I will reach up and punch you in the face. Even though it's hard to hit him in the face. He's so tall, he's so big.
I threw a vacuum at him. He pissed me off.
I
did.
I get it.
I'm just saying. Peter, he was
so big.
I used to call him Jimmy Osmond. Then he went to bed. He turned into John Wayne. He was a monster.
Incredible how fast he was.
Like, ugh.
He had that
and
vibe,
he said something, and I just go, all right, I can't hit him in the jaw. I can't. I know what I'll do. He's like, hey, clean up there. I'm like, you clean up. And he goes, what? And I just grabbed the vacuum. And he ducks the vacuum. Peter's like, whoa. And he was like, dude, this guy go, what? What do we have to say now? He's like, so he's like, this little Mexican's crazy.
And there's no doubt about that.
You might have height on your side, but I ain't scared on my side.
Yeah, I got thousands of years of Mexican strength and pride from rice and beans.
That's where Jonathan. Me and Jonathan had a deal like that. He's like, okay, I'll put my cigarette butts away.
Oh my gosh. All of this is so awesome. And I got to say again that I'm so stoked to have on my show. What we're going to do is we're going to take a break and we're going to come back to a whole, I don't think so. We haven't even gotten started, but this will be episode 1 that I'm so happy to have Roy Gonzales on my show. Thank you very much to come talk to the doctor. And then what we're going to do is we're going to tape more because we're going to, we understand today the truth of the matter is people only have so much of an attention span. So we're going to give them 1 episode to feed off. And then we're going to say, if you want more, there's going to be part 2, pal. Check it out. You know what I mean, Roy? So I want to say thank you for coming to my show.
Yeah, brother.
I'm just super stoked.
Thank you, Joseph, my brother. And we're still standing. And I don't know if we finished the whole sentence, but we had a good time.